know Dakota Ditcheva? Yes, the same beautiful monster who destroys everyone in her path once found herself on the brink of disaster.
Beautiful sweep.
Let me tell you the story. On the 25th of March at Greater Manchester, England, a fight happened that had the entire arena buzzing with anticipation. The main event was Dakota Ditcheva versus Pirnie. Naturally, the British-Bulgarian Dakota was the overwhelming favorite. Fighting on home soil, she eviscerated every opponent she faced with little effort. But what happened next almost turned into a complete disaster for Dakota. Going into the fight, Dakota was already an established superstar across the UK. Her last victim, Kat Payton, was left wondering why kicks to the body were not banned.
Stiff hands behind it, all of those landed flush. Payton's having to weather an early storm here. Tries that kick in, and that's hurt Payton.
The finishing shot seemed more like an act of mercy than a finishing blow.
Real pain here.
Dakota won't let her off.
He walks
She'll go in
forwards.
for it.
Kat Payton's got to be careful.
There he goes over.
He turns away.
Seeing how the crowd went wild for that bloodbath, the 17-year-old decided to deliver another bloody spectacle for her home fans. But her opponent, this time around, Pirnie, wasn't just another easy target. Holder of the WBC Muay Thai International Flyweight title and with a streak of 9 dominant wins, she was a real threat from Scotland. Standing at a deceiving height of 5'3", she was more like an enraged bull, aggressive, powerful, and with a killer instinct. No wonder she was considered one of the best female kickboxers in the world. Well, this was for the ISKA Muay Thai World Strawweight title. Pirnie wasn't here to decorate Dakota's resume. She came to destroy Dakota and take those belts back to Scotland. Most people thought her chances were about as good as a snowball in hell. But make no mistake, this fighter was dangerous. In the opening, they exchanged fiery shots.
Long levers of Ditcheva.
Really aggressive start.
"30 seconds in, Dakota was already getting sat on her butt. Proving to be the perfect match, Pirnie sent Dakota down a second time.
Big knee from Pirnie, another big knee, good sweep from Pirnie.
And the 5'3" pinball was willing to stand in the fire against the much bigger Dakota. Tripping Ditcheva to the canvas a third time. The impact of the falls grew worse after each one.
But you can see early that there might be a little bit of a struggle for range here for Pirnie.
Big knee from Pirnie, another big knee, good sweep from Pirnie.
Despite doing her best John Jones impression with the spinning elbow, Pirnie remained unfazed.
Drive from Dakota. Spins again. She's going to run out of steam.
The Scots' low center of gravity kept her grounded, so she toyed with Dakota, sending her flying a fourth time.
To the body from Pirnie. Dakota bouncing out of range. Again takes her down.
Then she delivered free punches like Santa.
Dakota, so if she does lose this, and I'm not saying she's going to, but it's...
The second round started like a war had broke out between the dazzling ladies.
Extra strength, isn't he, with Pirnie?
Yeah, you can see it in there.
Dakota's long stabbing front kicks couldn't find a home. She was too slow for Pirnie, who was now in the matrix.
Counters are going in from...
But Dakota soon upgraded her assault.
Good catch. To no avail. Nice elbow. Sneak elbow from Candu.
Lovely,
Nicely
well
timed
timed.
push kick.
Staying out of range and employing the long punches.
Left hook on the inside.
But as she pressed forward once more, Pirnie sent her on a trip to the canvas once more.
Again, she bustles.
At this point, the floor was doing more damage than any punches imaginable.
Which is quite surprising.
Good right hook.
Ahead of the third round, Dakota received expert advice from her mom. But it made no difference, as she was getting dismantled even harder than before, like a freight train had run into her.
Beautiful sweep.
At this point, neither girl took a step back. Neither was ready to surrender.
Good body kick.
Fast scores. Nice body kicks going in from both. Big body kick scores from Pirnie. Again scores.
Nice.
Very nice. Underneath, takes balance off.
By the fourth round, Dakota was starting to dominate in front of her home crowd. And a big right hand dropped Pirnie.
Very good.
The war had turned in Dakota's favor.
I think
Needs to counter.
yeah, I think
Pirnie.
Ditcheva's range is
Throwing everything at her. And they made ladylike agreement to exchange hard kicks.
Regardless who the winner is, fabulous, fabulous performance by these two.
In the final round, Dakota added extra torque to her punches.
put the seal on this.
Looking for the knockout, she uncorked right hands and elbows.
Tries to spin an elbow. It's a hard fight, this is.
Dakota showed no mercy, unleashing shots that could knock down a herd of elephants.
Really trying to dominate this last round now.
Look for the spinning elbow. She's going to try it
You
again.
can see it, yeah.
For the clinch. This is a war. What a fight this has been.
Missing slightly with a spinning elbow.
Spinning elbow. 20 seconds. What a fight.
Fantastic, fantastic fight.
At the end, Pirnie was declared the winner for her dominance in the first 3 rounds of the fight. Even though Dakota rallied back in the final 2 rounds, it simply wasn't enough.
In the red corner, Amy
It's a great performance. It was so close.
And your appreciation, please, for the...
This loss was a turning point in Dakota's career. After this fight, Ditcheva's bloody thirst for revenge would be clearly shown with 4 vicious knockouts immediately after. The Muay Thai prodigy began her MMA journey in 2021 after the tough loss to Pirnie, and poor Jenny Line had no idea she was signing up for a public sacrifice. Dakota opened the fight with a few smooth kicks and sharp punches, just a little taste of what was to come.
In their moment. There from Dakota.
Quite
Nice
feel
little
like it's
jab.
oh, switched again just about.
Then she flipped the switch.
Job. Oh,
Oh
Lord.
man! Oh,
what an elbow. And
The Thai
again.
background now.
And
The
again.
elbow's going in here.
Oh,
I think Jenny.
Line tried to slow the storm by clinching a Muay Thai expert and got introduced to Dakota's signature knees.
She did great to
fighting.
get back there.
I can see a knee. Oh, you heard that.
Jenny trying to
And again.
cut off.
She's gone down.
Just when Jenny thought it couldn't get worse, a spinning elbow out of nowhere spun her straight into orbit.
Say the Thai background. She'll be used to throw.
Spinning elbow.
Oh wow! Oh knee. She
Oh,
drops.
it's a masterclass. An
that's a
absolute
great.
masterclass.
Ditcheva's second pro fight was against Carrie Isom, who clearly read the scouting report and wanted none of that Muay Thai smoke. As soon as the fight started, Isom rushed into a clinch, probably thinking it was the safe zone.
But I gotta give this girl, I've got to give this woman props. She stepped.
But Dakota lit her up with knees like she was trying to fold a lawn chair.
Woman props. She stepped in the cage already with Dakota. She knows what she's getting in.
Then came a razor-sharp elbow that sliced her open and had the doctor stepping in for a closer look.
It's a thing. And another! And a knee!
Straight across
And another elbow! And another!
Let's open up a...
After the brief pause, Isom tried the same move again, and this time got taken down and hammered into a TKO finish.
We'll see some elbows coming potentially from this position. Punches for Dakota, raining down. She really needs to improve her position.
Nah, referee's seen enough at Dakota.
Despite her nasty rise, opponents kept sleeping on Dakota's grappling, and Patricia Borges paid the price in late 2021. Borges came out aggressive, trying to bully Dakota with pressure and muscle her way into a takedown like she was dragging someone into deep water.
UK and European stars.
Oh, push kick to the face of Ditcheva.
But Dakota flipped the script, and suddenly it was Borges who was drowning.
She fought the same girl that she'd beaten before coming into fire.
And why would there be?
I believe her professional record was.
Ditcheva landed on top.
Mum was a world champion, I believe. She's got a very similar.
It's going to keep Dakota on her toes and honest.
Yeah.
And from there, turned her elbows into meat tenderizers, raining down savage strikes until the ref had no choice but to pull her off.
Oh,
huge
that right hand
shot.
was a big one.
Yeah, the referee's keeping an eye on this
Yeah,
as
and
well.
now just covering up
Oh
this
my
Patricia
goodness,
Borges.
this could be it.
She needs to do something here.
Dakota Ditcheva with the.
Dakota's violent streak didn't skip a beat when she met Leonora Silvia as she came out guns blazing, throwing heat in search of a knockout.
Boxing 11-1, I think 11-1-1 actually. Her mum a Thai boxer, but she said her style's like her mum's, forward and aggressive, and that's exactly what we're getting to.
But in her eagerness to finish early, she got dragged to the mat and had to spend the rest of the round defending like her life depended on it.
A few tools, she can't knee to the head, she gets tripped there. Also, good feet on the hips, creating space.
Dakota adjusted the aim in round 2 and cracked Silvia with a right hand that had GPS tracking.
Handy nothing.
Yeah, and back up.
Oh!
Big right hand out to the back.
That rock.
Moments later, Dakota pinned Silvia against the cage and unloaded punishment until she was out of there.
Contact.
Nice.
To let Leonora know where she was.
Oh,
but look
big
at
right
this.
hand. And
After this fight, Dakota would debut in the PFL and redeem her loss against Pirnie by destroying even more unlucky girls, scoring a first-minute finish against Hasna Jaber.
Slips outside.
Dakota losed the gap and turned the clinch into a crime scene.
Nice slip and rip there from Dakota. Push kick drops. Has
The moment she got in tight, Gaber's ribs became the percussion section in Dakota's personal orchestra of pain.
Jaber looking out of her element here. She's hurt to the ball.
The underhooks, you open the body. Just well placed. Right to the.
There was refund and no receipt, just a one-way ticket to Kneeville.
Jaber looking out of her element here. She's hurt to the body. That's it.
It's safe to say that Dakota Ditcheva made the right choice in going up to dominate the world of MMA. She is now seen as perhaps the best women's fighter in the world and top current female fighter outside the UFC. Her fight against Amy Pirnie remains the only loss on her record. Pirnie, on the other hand, has proven to not be a fraud. She is the reigning Lion Fight super flyweight and ISCA strawweight world champion, winning her next 12 fights and has signed with 1 championship. How do you think this matchup will play out today? Will it be an easy fight for Dakota, or would it go the same way? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video and would love to see more action-packed fights, then subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like.